So before this duel gets started, this first one, this is an example to show you how my deck works, not what my opponent's running. I know that's not the greatest version of Blue Eyes you will ever see, number one. Number two, this is pretty much based on the deck that's been topping in OCG, and this is the TCG variant that is starting to top, just my take on it, and I will probably expand on it because the hands for it were not the most consistent at all times. It could be Yugioh Pro, because I mean, come on, you draw 3 Dark Grepher and 2 Armageddon Knight, that is screaming Yugioh Pro is just abusing you. So, Resonator Call with Gofu. Gofu is the key card. This is a deck that makes a lot of 2-card combos involving Level Eater, and that's why we need Dark Grepher, which obviously we got to in Plague Spreader, because now we can make Hyper Librarian off the Gofu, but I'm just going to show off a little here with the Northern play there. So I go for Coral Dragon. Now the fun thing about Coral Dragon, I could pick off 1 card from my opponent's side of the field. He's got the Ghost Ogre. That's okay because I draw a card off my Coral Dragon. What I wanted to do was level eat the Coral Dragon, go to Stardust Warrior and pick up 3 new cards. That is retarded that that's even a thing, but hey, it's a thing. Here I could have made a Trish, but I decided not to. I decided to make the Excel so I can get into what I was talking about, the Stardust Warrior, because it is too good. This also has basically some key components of Beatrice Turbo, if you would, but here I go for the Gem Knight, Saphir Knight, so that way I can just mill out 2 cards. Got the Plague Spreader into Ancient Fairy Dragon, draw another card, Glow Up Bulb back into Crystal Wing. I know, you see how crazy this is? Banish out 7 for Fairy Tale Snow. I'm not even going to flip that face down. If I had Grepher face up in attack mode, I could have punished him even more, but I didn't because I didn't think I would need it. Obviously I didn't, but still. And that's how the deck works. Now let me show you some quality duels. Now this, I would argue, is probably more quality because I'm not using Hyper Librarian throughout the duel, and I'm actually just focusing on more than just Hyper Librarian combo. And my opponent basically is using Magical Adductor with the remaindance of Magicians, because Magicians is still a quality deck, needless to say. And he made the Magispectre Unicorn with the Dragon Slayer so he could protect his Pendulum Scales. Very nice combo, if I do say so myself. I go for Malicious, sorry, he goes for Malicious. Go for the Saphir Knight. Gonna go for the Red Resonator momentarily after I get my search. Red Resonator is going to special summon the Synchron Resonator, and I'm gonna bring out the Malicious. I already made the Cypher Lord Omega, which is key here. You'll see why in a moment. I get to bring that back, and I go for a 1-for-1 play, because why the hell not? Which is going to get me Coral Dragon. He's going to bounce the Coral Dragon. That's cool, because I could bring out the Coral Dragon yet again if I so choose to. And I'm going to do it because I'm a freaking piece of shit. And then obviously bring back the, well, go into the Formula Synchro. And then go into Stardust Warrior. I'm going to pick up 2 cards here because of Stardust Warrior and Coral Dragon's effect. Going for Level Eat. Going for Trish. Remove a card, remove a card, remove a card. Rip. Go for Twin Twist. No more Pendulum Scales for you. Banish out 7 and go into the Fairy Tale and Level Eat. That will be game. It's ridiculous how long the combos are, and if you're not careful while playing this deck on Yugioh Pro, you can run out of time. The last duel I will feature is not this one, it's the one after, and it's the Hand Loop. But this was against the remaindance of Monarchs, and I just thought it would be fun to show off what the deck can really do without Gofu or just different components that you start with. Because if you've ever played Synchrons heavily enough, you'll know that there's 30 different pathways to get to the goal that you're going to. And that's the beauty of this deck. And this is why I was talking about that 3-card combo. But Hyper Librarian's 1, Coral Dragon's 1, and Stardust Charge Warrior is all 1 card. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is. Plague Spreader, go into the first Cypher Lord Omega. Malicious comes back. Allure of Darkness into the Beatrice, into the Glow Up Bulb, into the Formula Synchron, into the the Formula Synchron, into the Ancient Fairy Dragon, into the Draw 2 more because of Lord Darkness being at 3, and this is why I was saying Lord Darkness at 3 was pretty damn stupid of Konami, because you get shit like this. Now granted I couldn't attack there, but it didn't really matter. And then, of course, the Saphir Knight, the 1-for-1, to the Glow Up Bulb of all things, to the Hyper Librarian, to the Glow Up Bulb, to the Saphir Knight, to the Stardust Charge Warrior, time to pick up 2 new cards, so good, into the Malicious, into the Beatrice to send the Level Eater, so that way you can utilize the Gofu that's sitting his fat ass there, into the Cypher Lord Omega, into the Excel Synchron, into the boost of the Excel Synchron to a level 6 monster, and well, level 5, and then of course the Cypher and Loto Omega, and then we're going to do it all over again and get into the third one. Ripping out 3 cards from your opponent's hand is ridiculous on its own, and you can cripple your opponent pretty damn quickly with a combo like this. Trust me, you really can. Now, it looks like I screwed up here, and I kind of did, but to be completely fair, it doesn't really matter because it's all about ripping 2 more cards out of my opponent's hand to his 1 chain. And this is what I was talking about. I think it was on, not Coffee Time, it had to be on Friday's video. It was either Friday or Saturday's video. It was one of the weekend videos that you could just cripple your opponent. He goes for Utopia to Lightning, he doesn't attack, that's fine. I'm only getting 2 Cypher and Loto Omegas back. I'm putting 1 back in the grave. That's fine because I can put back the Malicious, and I could chain effect to rip cards out of his hand so I can make giant plays, which are just always so beautiful. Giant plays or giant beautiful plays. And I can actually capitalize on Trish and win the game from there. I know, a lot of these duels were so quickly over, but it's just to show the power of Dark Synchron, because Dark Synchro is pretty much the deck that is it is like the best rogue deck right now besides Cyber Angels. So here's my take on it, and before this gets completely in the way, you're pretty much focusing on Cypher and Loto Omega. If there's anything to really hit here, it's Cypher and Loto Omega down to 1, and then Allure down to 2. That would slow down the deck enough to really help, curb stomp it a little bit. But OCG version has Pot of Avarice and Card Destruction, which is always beautiful. We don't have those cards, so obviously we had to capitalize on a few other things. I could not include Raigeki for the love of me. I wanted to run it, but it's such a combo-oriented deck that it doesn't really matter, to be completely honest. So let me get into my choices. 2 Gemini Garnets, because you usually dead draw 1, so hey, you got 2 to work with. Triple Malicious, triple Gofu, because as you saw, Malicious works so great in the deck. You can use Plague Spreader to put back that dead freaking Malicious, and you can use Cypher and Loto Omega to put back the Plague Spreader, so you only really need the 1 because you have 5 monsters that are going to send it to the graveyard for you. Triple Gofu, because it is the key card. You're going to see this card used in Metal Foes. You're going to see this card used here. It's really starting to get out there on what this card can do. I'm even working on a normal Synchro variant that uses it, with using Junk Synchron, Quick Draw, all that fun stuff, because there's so much untapped potential for Gofu that is not being utilized in that deck. So Gofu is really dumb at what it can do. The 1 Fairy Tale Snow, because it's a walking defense card. Being able to banish out 7 cards out of your graveyard may seem terrible, but the point is, you're putting a Book of Moon on the board that flips something face down, that's going to get in your way or stop you from playing the game. That cripples people. That cripples. Then we have Triple Dark Grepher. Also, it allows you to extend your plays. Triple Dark Grepher, because Triple Dark Grepher is too damn important, because so many dark monsters, that's kind of the point. The 1 Trick Clown, the double Armageddon Knight, the 1 Red Resonator, the 1 Plague Spreader, the triple Level Eater, the 1 Jet Synchron, the 1 Glow Up Bulb, the 2 Synchron Resonator. I like saying it that way. That's just how I like to say it. But these guys are so fucking ridiculously good. Triple Lord of Darkness, double Instant Fusion, 1 for 1, double Resonator Call, 1 Reinforcements to the army, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Foolish, double Twin Twist, and triple Brilliant. I know someone's going to ask, so I'll answer it. Why no Pot of Desires? Pot of Desires would speed up this deck. It would also hurt the deck because there's a lot of one-ofs, and Plague Spreader, Glow Up Bulb, Jet Synchron, these are really crucial cards, especially Red Resonator as well, so you don't want to banish those out, even though you can put them back with Cypher and Loto Omega. It's just not needed, especially when you have 3 of Lord of Darkness, which are going to give you 2 for the cost of 1 that you could stick back easier. And then you also take in Hyper Librarian as a draw power engine. It gets really dumb in the sense of what you can really do. For the extra deck, 1 Gem Knight, Zephyr Knight, 1 Norden, 1 Trish, 1 Crystal Wing, triple Cypher and Loto Omega, 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. You could swap this out for Moonlight. It depends on your preference. I think right now, the reason I'm running Ancient Fairy Dragon is because sometimes you don't want to attack and you need that special 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand, and that pretty much gets you Crystal Wing. So that's just my 2 cents on it. My 2 cents on it. There we go. Coral Dragon, Stardust Warrior. I explained the combo wombo. You bring out Coral Dragon, pop a card on the board. If you have Hyper Librarian, that's a draw card. So that card you discard doesn't even matter. And then you can use Level Eater to make this level 5. Synchro with the Level Eater for Stardust Warrior. And if this guy's on the board, that's 3 fucking cards to your hand. That is incredible draw power right there, my friends. 1XL Synchron, double Formula Synchron, and finally 1 Beatrice, because Beatrice allows you to stick any card in the graveyard at any given time, and it's extremely easy in this deck to set up. So, no room for the Dante that she can bring out, so yeah, that's a thing. No room for Raigeki either, QQ, quietly crying, that's why it's sitting in the extra side deck. If you guys have any more questions or you want a really heavy, in-depth combo guide that's like 20 minutes long or something, I'm pretty sure we could probably do it. But just let me know down in the comment section below and I'll make it happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more. And I'll see you a little bit later for something else. Till then, peace.